perfect position.
It doesn't happen too often. Sometimes.
There's Aaron Zetley with the radar gun back there. He's going to be clocking this break like he has all the other ones, but we actually get to see him. 16.9.
He's right around the same consistency, close to within a mile per hour. That brake's working good. He made a ball like every time.
I may have to try that brake.
Patterns are a little bit funny. See, look at you got to take stripes here just because you can get to the balls down there. With solids, there's 2 balls that are really tied up. You can't even get to. See, watch Corey. He'll take this. He'll probably bump these right now. He'll do it early. No, he even did something better. He tried not to bump anything.
Yeah. Because even if something happened, Corey makes a mistake, those balls are still tied up.
Yeah.
There's still a problem for Niels. He has to break them out. You don't want to break the balls out for your opponent, if possible.
Yeah, if at all possible. And the way he did this too, he's never even bumped the ball.
No.
And there's nothing sweeter than running the rack and never having to really bump balls. You don't have to keep changing.
And he's got the straight in combo from the 9-10.
Yep, it looks like he could shoot the 15 to get on it right now.
All he's got to do is control the 9 after he makes the combo. So he has to be pretty much straight into the combo. You don't have to work the cue ball a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes the combo a little harder.
Because you could push the 9, even if you push it to the rail, you can draw back for your next shot as well, or whatever. See, he's got the combo to where the 9, instead of going into the object balls, will go actually toward.
He's probably going to bump into that 15 on the side rail to play shape for the 9.
Yeah.
That's a good soft.
Wow, I missed that. Well.
Surprised you missed that ball.
Mine too. I was kind of thinking what you said, go 2 rails and bump the 15, play shape on the 9. If you bump the 15, a little bit, it just rolls up and you get straight in on it.
That's a situation where you're allowed to bump the ball because you're hitting it behind it.
Yeah.
You can't get tied up on top of it. You're going in at a certain speed where it's going to hit it out. You can't tie yourself up.
You're not hitting it too hard too, to where you're blowing it all the way up the table. You're just barely touching it.
And it gives you your perfect angle.
Yep.
Once you hit it, you're on your angle.
Yeah, I'm really shocked.
There is certain situations where you can't bump balls, but it's a judgment call.
Yeah.
You're going to see what's wrong with your game with bumping balls and see, well, if I bump this ball, it's going to create a problem. Then down a few years later, you're going to find out what ball you are allowed to bump and the ones you can't. Now Niels should have no problem with this. He'll probably run the 7 and right with that 10 ball.
No, and you know he can shoot the 5, the 3 in the right corner, play shape on the 7 up table. So if you shoot the 3 here, now if you got a little better angle, well, you might be doing what you said. I'd be looking to shoot the 3 and then play shape on the 7 up in the corner. But if you got a little better angle on it, you would never have to bump the 1. The 1 might go down table here. What you said. It was a good shot.
Real good shot.
You have to hit that ball real pure, otherwise it deflects.
Exactly. It has to be angling into the pocket, not away from the pocket.
Yeah.
He could have easily stunned that ball and stopped the 7 right there. But hitting it slow enough, you're actually going to keep some power in that 7 ball, and it actually continues to roll forward even if after it makes contact.
Yeah.
It doesn't just stun right there because
you have to hit it hard, it deflects, it bounces off the ball. And if you hit it soft, it rolls through the object ball.
Exactly. It's a good lesson for a lot of these young players out here.
Yeah. And that'll keep you from even like on scratch shots that look like a scratch shot. Well, if you hit it soft, you'll roll out of the scratch. You won't even scratch.
Yeah.
If you hit it hard, you might go right into the pocket. Or vice versa. If you hit it hard, you might bounce off and avoid the scratch.
Now he's jacked up. Where is he going to play the 8 next?
And he's just going to go 2 rails and shoot the 8 on the side. That was a pretty good out.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to get out from there, but he still made a pretty good out.
7 ball with 3 ball.
Yeah, it was huge.
I did like your idea that even after I said my idea of rolling down and not bumping nothing, the 7 went back up top in the corner so easily.
Yeah, on the bar box, that's easy.
He's going to hit the head ball again. Boy, he fly a ball off the table?
Oh, he almost did. He almost flew the cue ball. They kept it on 23.4. That's pretty hard.
Yeah, that is a hard break.
And
that's hard for 9-ball.
yeah.
Some of these players, that's about their 9-ball break. Then you got 2 more feet shorter distance that you're actually sending the cue ball to a 9-foot table or a 7-foot table.
You can lose miles per hour off that.
Exactly.
I guess, what's the hardest break recorded?
Oh boy, I know kid Big Sammy from PA. I heard he broke around 41 miles per hour, which I couldn't believe until I saw it.
That's unbelievable. Or you got the home, I think Bustamante is at right around 32.
Yeah.
And that's just smash.
That's like one of the hardest.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest. So if you ever catch anybody that says they break 50 miles per hour, they're lying.
Yeah, exactly. Or over 40.
Yeah.
There's like a couple people in the country that can break over 40.
Yeah, if that.
And if they say they control the break at that speed, they're liars.
Yeah, no doubt.
Believe it. Because at 30, I can't control it, and I break hard.
Yep.
My break,
very
I
hard.
break around 27 miles per hour, and that's a killer break.
Yeah, that's smashing them.
And Charlie Williams breaks around 30, and he has a huge break. Doesn't control the cue ball as well as a 27-mile-an-hour breaker 25, but getting that little bit more power may actually get a ball to fall where it hangs.
Yeah. It definitely can help under certain circumstances.
If you're losing your cue ball, I don't recommend breaking hard. I recommend breaking a little bit softer until you can control the cue ball, then work your power up to breaking hard.
What's he doing here, Sean?
No, Niels takes a solids, and he should have no problem at all running this rack out.
Yeah, it looks. The 7 goes by the 5. He's dead out here.
You shoot the 1 to the 7, pull it back off that strike ball a little bit, play the 5, and then the 3/8.
Yep, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Draw right into that 14. So what that is.
Yeah, pretty sure.
You might shoot the 6 then. Yeah,
he opened up the window. He actually did that real well.
Yeah, 5. I still like 5, 3, 6.
5, 3,
8.
6, 8, yeah. Because he can just tap a 3 and play the 6 up in the corner, and then he can stop shot in the 8 ball.
But yeah, the 6 goes up in this top left corner toward the bottom of the TV screen.
Any other pattern, he has to work a little too hard.
Yeah, this is definitely the way to go. He's got perfect shape on this.
Best patterns are where you don't have to move the cue ball that much. You just roll the ball instead of having to play 2 rails or up table, down table.
He's definitely got good on this ball. He should definitely be out.
And obviously, the least amount you work the cue ball, you get less chance of scratching or less chance of tying something up. See, I don't agree with the 6 ball if he's going to shoot this.
Well, maybe you can't see the 3. I thought the 3 would be perfect.
Still a good shot, but
yeah,
like we said, I mean,
I
your
still
ideal
think-
run out, I think, was a 3 to the 6 to the 8.
that's what I think, because he could have got such good position too. But again, he played a good enough pattern to where he had options. So he's not always stymied just because one ball is not dead perfect.
A lot of times there is no perfect right way to run a rack. It's the player has the option of, obviously,
Doing
on
what they're
his ability.
comfortable with. Yeah, that's right.
His ability dictates what he's going to do.
Absolutely.
If he's comfortable with a certain shot, he's going to play a different pattern.
Yep.
That's why I love